Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're delving into the life of one of Hollywood's most enduring legends.
I would rather say that I have director approval, and that is true.
Marilyn Monroe, a woman whose name still conjures images of glitz, glamour, heartbreak, and mystery. Her story is one of transformation, from a vulnerable childhood to worldwide fame, and ultimately to a tragic end. But beyond the dazzling screen presence lies the human being behind the icon. So sit back, relax, and let's journey through the life of Marilyn. Marilyn was born as Norma Jeane Mortensen on June 1, 1926, in Los Angeles, California. Her mother, Gladys Pearl Baker, struggled with mental health issues and financial instability, which meant young Norma Jeane spent much of her childhood moving between foster homes and an orphanage. It wasn't an easy start. Imagine being a shy girl with a stutter, shifting between different homes and guardians, witnessing your mother's breakdown and feeling adrift in the world. Yet even in that environment, a seed of something else was growing, a longing to escape her difficult reality and find her own place. At the age of 16, Norma Jeane married a neighbor's son, James Dougherty, as a way to avoid returning to the orphanage. She said later she was dying of boredom during that marriage. The world she dreamed of was elsewhere, not in a factory job or a quiet home. The years 1949 to 1952 were crucial. Marilyn took smaller roles, posed for calendars and modeling work, and built her public image. She began to be seen by audiences not just as a pretty face, but someone with ambition. In 1950, she gained attention for her roles in films such as The Asphalt Jungle, 1950, and All About Eve, 1950. These were still supporting roles, but they showed she had range. One critic said she was serious about it and had talent. However, Hollywood wasn't always kind. She faced typecasting, studio control, and the label of dumb blonde before it was one she accepted herself. In 1952, a scandal broke. Her nude calendar photos from 1949 were revealed. Rather than destroy her career, the publicity boosted it. By 1953, Marilyn's star had truly risen. She starred in Niagara, 1953, where she played a femme fatale, which played up her sex appeal and made waves. She followed it with the musical comedy Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, 1953, where her role, and especially her performance of Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, defined her image for decades. The world saw Marilyn Monroe, the blonde bombshell, the star of the silver screen. But behind the scenes, there was tension. She was paid far less than her male and some female counterparts, despite being one of the biggest assets of her studio 20th Century Fox. She would refuse roles, clash with the studio, and demand more control. Her famous subway great shot in The 7-Year Itch, 1955, the one where her white dress blows up over the subway vent, became emblematic of the era. Marilyn was more than a pretty face. In 1956, she took on the drama Bus Stop, 1956, and for the first time showed she could act, not just look beautiful. She had legally changed her name to Marilyn Monroe and had begun studying acting seriously with the Actors Studio under Lee Strasberg. She also founded her own production company, Marilyn Monroe Productions, which gave her more control over her projects, a rare move for an actress at the time. Her role in Some Like It Hot, 1959, cemented her legacy. She won a Golden Globe for it. It's often cited as one of the greatest films ever made, but just because she was reaching artistic heights doesn't mean her personal life was smooth. Marilyn's private life was as dramatic as her screen roles. She married Joe DiMaggio, the famed baseball matinee idol, in January 1954. That marriage lasted only 9 months. Among other things, the pressure of fame, his jealousy, and her demands on her career made it difficult. In 1956, she married playwright Arthur Miller. Again, a union of contrasting personalities, the glamorous star and the intellectual writer. Yet even while she made strides professionally, she quietly battled inner demons. Insomnia, reliance on barbiturates and amphetamines, feelings of insecurity, and the constant pressure to maintain her image. The early 1960s saw Marilyn facing bigger struggles. Her projects were fewer, problems mounting. She starred in Let's Make Love, 1960, not out of passion, but to fulfill a contract. Her health was fragile. She faced miscarriages, medical issues, and her dependency on drugs increased. Her last completed film was The Misfits, 1961. While the public still adored her, the internal battle was fierce. It was as if the bright star's internal fuel was running out. On August 4, 1962, Marilyn Monroe passed away at just 36 years old. Her death, caused by an overdose of barbiturates, was ruled a probable suicide. A life so full of promise cut tragically short. Why does Marilyn Monroe still captivate us? What is it about her story that feels so enduring? Icon of an era, she came to epitomize 1950s Hollywood glamour, the blonde bombshell, the ultimate symbol of feminine allure, ambition and control. Despite being typecast and industrialized by the studio system, she fought to control her image and career, founding her own production company and studying her craft. Vulnerability beneath the glamour, her personal struggles remind us that beyond the bright lights, there was a human being with fears, traumas, and longing. Cultural influence. She remains one of the greatest screen legends. The American Film Institute ranked her as the 6th greatest female screen legend of the golden age of Hollywood. Her image still appears in art, fashion, pop culture references. A simple white dress, a red lip, a beauty mark. They instantly evoke her. Marilyn Monroe's story is one of paradoxes, glamour and vulnerability, strength and insecurity, control and surrender. She remains not just a star of her era, but a mirror we look into, of ambition, of image, of what it takes to shine, and the risk of being consumed by that shine. Thank you for joining me in revisiting her remarkable life. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next biography. And let me know in the comments, what about Marilyn's story stood out to you the most? Until next time, be real, stay curious, and keep exploring stories that matter.
We've got more amazing stories waiting for you. Watch the next one now.